Francis Schaeffer tells a story about a hiker in the Swiss Alps that was lost. A snowstorm was coming in, bearing down on him. He knew, being on the side of the mountain, that he would surely die. Then he tried to decide for himself how was he going to save himself if there was any way. As the storm began, he began to think to himself, well, perhaps if I lower myself by fingertips and I drop, perhaps below me there is some place where I can drop to a cave that I can find shelter in overnight. But unbeknownst to him, there was a Swiss Alps guide who had seen where he was. And the guide called out to him and he said, if you hang by your fingertips by this ledge and drop down, I have seen you. And I know that there's a cave here, and I will join you there. And the two of us can stay overnight and be out of the storm, and we can hike out tomorrow alive. Schaeffer posited this question. He said, what is better to believe? That you are going to hope by chance, by luck, that somehow if you hold on and then drop down, that there is some ledge with a cave that you can perhaps find safety or shelter in? Or he said, is it better to believe that there is a guide who has seen you and has called out and given you some kind of revelation that you might know that there is indeed a cave below you to find shelter and safety and security until the next day? Schaeffer's point was very simple. Either you believe that there is someone who is alive and is a personal, eternal creator who has spoken to you, or you believe all of life is chance. And so I've given this kind of concept here in our overview just to give a simple understanding of it. When we think about our faith, our worldview, the difference between a revelatory word from God, that there is a place of safety and salvation for us, or one of luck and chance, we have these two options. For the humanist believes that there is a world, but that there is no outside understanding from this world, that what we see is what we get, that this world is all that there is. But the Christian, understanding that there is a God who exists and has made all things, understands that their world has been invaded by this outside world. That is a world to which we must give an account. It is this belief, this worldview, that then propels us to understand that ideas do indeed have consequences, and that these consequences then frame how we think about life. So we began by understanding that we do indeed live by frames. We do indeed then live by faith. That is, that there is a God who has revealed himself to us, and we hear him. He has spoken to us in his word. We understand that there is no such thing as luck or chance. We do understand, however, in transcendent truth, and that God has spoken to us through his word. This is the basis for our worldview.